They are unfazed. They've won by an average of 27 points or so in the 5 games they beat them this year, all 5 matches. They are not worried about the Lakers in the slightest. This is what we saw last night, and that was with their C game. Wait until it gets up to a B, and God help the Lakers if it's ever an A.
You know what's scary? Watching an MVP who already knows he's the best player on the floor and still chooses to play like he's not. Even then, even without their co-star Jalen Williams, the Thunder still went out and destroyed the Lakers. I'm about to show you just how ridiculously good this Thunder team is, where they rank among all-time playoff teams this postseason, and exactly why I'm picking them as back-to-back champions. Stick around. The OKC Thunder started this postseason hot. After getting the 1 seed for the 3rd time in a row, they faced a Phoenix Suns team that, on paper, looked like they could at least put up a fight. But they didn't. The Suns got absolutely embarrassed, swept in 4 straight. Shai had an insane series, putting up 34, 4, and 8 while shooting 55% from the field. Those are straight-up Michael Jordan numbers.
Shai, 3rd straight year, you guys got a sweep in the first round. What kind of sense of satisfaction comes with the sweep?
Just for confidence-wise as a group, it's good to get the playoff run started off that way. It's just important to get off to a good foot.
Despite a roster featuring Devin Booker and Jalen Green, the Suns became the only team in the entire 2026 NBA playoffs to get swept in the first round. The gap between a play-in survivor and a defending 64-win champion was absolutely staggering. OKC's defense completely suffocated Phoenix's isolation-heavy offense, turning 16 Phoenix turnovers into 22 points in Game 2 alone. By sweeping their first-round opponent for the 3rd consecutive year, the Thunder became only the 5th team in NBA history to sweep the first round in at least 3 straight years. They thought it would be Houston in round 2, Durant versus his old team, but it turned out to be a 41-year-old LeBron and the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James sets the tone right off the tip, absorbing contact for a tough finish and then stepping back for a corner 3. The Lakers jump out to a quick 7-0 run, trying to put the Thunder on their heels early. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is completely unbothered. He gets right to his bread and butter, that lethal mid-range pull-up, to stop the bleeding. He shot an untouchable 55.4% from the mid-range this season, completely breaking the math of the modern NBA. SGA starts systematically breaking down the Lakers' pick-and-roll coverage. He attacks the paint, forces the weak side help to commit, and continuously lobs it up to Chet Holmgren. Chet feasts on the easy looks at the rim. The Thunder take control of the momentum and carry an 8-point lead into halftime. In the 3rd quarter, OKC's defense clamps down hard. The transition game takes over, highlighted by Alex Caruso getting out on the break and throwing down a huge slam against his former team to push the lead to 15. The final nail in the coffin comes from Jared McCain.
Mitchell, right back to McCain, do it again. Oh, yeah!
Lakers scored a season-low 90 points this game, and OKC didn't even play their A game. Look at those margins of victory. They basically tell you the Lakers have no chance in this series.
We know what they're capable of doing. They can go on a run where it's like, okay, we got it right here, 2-possession game, 3-possession game, and then boom, it's a double-digit lead, and that's what some of the great teams do. So just can't have compound mistakes over.
Just making a couple mental mistakes. Felt like we got some good looks, we just didn't make them. And every time, if you watch them throughout the year, every time you make a couple mistakes in a row, they capitalize on those.
We are currently witnessing something that hasn't happened since Michael Jordan walked off the court in the 90s. And somehow, half the NBA world is still asleep at the wheel. To understand what the 2026 Oklahoma City Thunder are doing right now, you have to throw away the modern rulebook. They aren't just beating teams, they are systematically breaking their will, and they are putting up numbers that are literally shattering the history books. What makes this team truly terrifying isn't the offense. It's the absolute prison they put you in on the other end of the floor. You have to go back to the 2004 Detroit Pistons or the 2014 San Antonio Spurs to find a defense this connected. On the perimeter, you have nightmares like Lou Dort and Alex Caruso hounding your best player for 48 minutes. And if you somehow get past them, Chet Holmgren is waiting at the rim. In Game 1 against the Lakers, they forced 8 steals and 7 blocks, holding the Lakers to 90 points in a modern NBA playoff game. That shouldn't be possible.
Swept. I mean, OKC, man, they're the deepest team in the league. You know, Sam Presti, in my opinion, has become the best GM. Like, we know about SGA. He made that trade. Holmgren was a high draft pick. The other Jalen Williams was a high draft pick. They must have one of the best scouting departments because they just roll guys out there.
So how do they compare to the best teams of all time? The 1996 Chicago Bulls. Michael Jordan's 72-win team holds the gold standard for championship dominance with a plus 13.4 net rating. Right now, the Thunder are completely blowing that out of the water with a staggering plus 15.8 net rating in the playoffs. They aren't just beating teams, they are mathematically suffocating them worse than the greatest Bulls team ever assembled. What about the 2017 Golden State Warriors? Kevin Durant and Steph Curry cruised to a 16-1 playoff record with an absurd plus 13.5 overall point differential. In this year's first round, Oklahoma City casually posted a plus 18.5 point differential against the Phoenix Suns. They are out-dominating the most unguardable super team in modern history. This is a historically great team. We may not see it right now, but it's obvious. We are watching a modern NBA dynasty. One of the greatest guards in NBA history, and probably the best supporting cast any superstar has had since Curry. Even Shaq is giving praise where it's needed.
If you know anything about sports, the more together you are, the higher the probability of you winning the championship. These guys are so together. They don't argue. They don't say, hey, take a bad shot. They don't make faces. Shai swings the ball. The other guys have the opportunity to also play their game and take shots. And these guys are just two together. Even when, a couple guys go out, the culture, that Sam Presti has built, they just keep them together, and they have a high chance of winning this thing again this year.
OKC smells blood in the water. If they eliminate the Lakers, they'll probably face the San Antonio Spurs in the conference finals. Even though they didn't have much success against them this season, the Thunder have way more experience, home court advantage, and they're the heavy favorites. Everything points to a back-to-back championship, 2 straight finals MVPs for Shai, and a team that's going to be the one to beat for years to come. The scary part? They're still getting better. And they've got a deep stash of picks and contracts to play with.
You just can't say enough for this team to average 25.7 in age.
Yeah.
The second youngest team in NBA history to be at this level, a champion. Next to the Portland Trailblazers, 1976-77, that came back from 2 down to beat Dr. J and the Philadelphia 76ers. This is the second youngest team. They're not going away. And that's the beauty of all of this, to see their greatness, to see the youth come together and to pull off a championship like this, knowing what assets they have down the line, the players that they have, and what they could pull off. The future seems incredibly bright. And obviously, it was culminated with tonight, winning a championship.